What the heck is Elestrals? Let's talk to an employee and find out while we open these boxes. Alright, so I have got a fun video for you guys. Thanks to the folks over at Kingsway in Palm Coast. We were given some boxes to open, and I could have just done a box opening, but I thought, you know what? I should really know what I'm doing and know the game I'm opening. So I reached out to A-Drive, and A-Drive hooked me up with Larry. So Larry, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. Thanks for inviting me onto your video.
Thank you.
I'm excited.
Thank you for coming, man. I really appreciate it. I reached out to these guys and I talked to them, and I was like, you know, I could just do a box opening video, but I want to do justice to your game. So how about you tell me all about the game while we open the product? And he was gracious enough to join us. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we have the first 3 sets here, and we're going to open them in order.
Yeah, let's get it.
So why don't you go ahead, and while we crack open this first box, oh boy, this box has seen better days. Crack open this first box. Why don't you tell folks about you, how you got involved with Elestrals, and kind of what your position is there.
Sure. As most people know, I'm Larry, also Red Baron. I've been in the community since the very beginning, for the most part. I live in Japan, and being in Japan, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I started following Dan, or aka A-Drive. And since then, and once he started this Elestrals, which was about 2 years ago, I believe to the date, or almost 3 years ago, I jumped into the community, and I have a really variety of backgrounds. I played MTG, I've done a little of Pokemon back in the day, and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I kind of had a weird ladder. I first started by going over and revising their rules, the original rule book, because I'm also an English teacher. So
okay.
So it was really fun for me to do that. And then Dan was literally like, yo, this guy kind of blew up our rule book. Let's invite him into what we call the round table, which is our card testing group. Okay. And from there, I worked with the team to try to make cards. I've been with the team since set 2. And we made progress, and from there, Dan's like, do you want a permanent position with us? And I was like, sure, yeah. And that's how I started to work alongside with Dan, and that's been since the beginning of this year.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much again for taking time out of your day to do this. So if you could, from what I understand, this is very Pokemon-esque.
Yes.
So can you go over who we have here on these first 4 packs?
Yes. So starting from your left, you have Stratamoth. It's a 3-cost wind Elestral, which has a really interesting effect that allows you to bounce runes.
Oh, cool.
And then next to it is Volt Tempest. Volt Tempest is a very scary Elestral if it allows to hit the board. It's a 2 thunder, 1 wind Elestral that allows you to expend 1 thunder to essentially burn your opponent for 3.
Oh, cool.
And then it also cannot be targeted by card effects if you have a Zeus enchanted.
Cool.
It can't be unaffected completely.
Okay.
Next you have Sonicor, which is personally one of my favorites. It's a 2-cost Thunder Elestral.
Okay.
And it is, when it's in attack mode, nobody can play counter runes.
Okay.
It's pretty much the Jinzo.
And then this last guy?
And then you have Tictorus here. Tictorus is really, really aggressive 1-cost Earth Elestral that starts off as a 3/2, I believe, and then gains 1 power for each enchanting Earth on your side of the field.
Okay. All right. So as I was telling him, I don't have a lot of time. You know, unfortunately, right now I just started a new job, so I don't have a ton of time to do research on this. And so I just didn't want to open product as, you know, a dum-dum and, you know, give you guys no value out of this. So it was important to me to have someone here that could explain the game to me, like, is there a better way to open the packs? Because I felt like I was about to rip my thumb off on that.
We get that comment all the time. Like, these packs can be really hard to actually open, but then again, people are like, great, keep the cards in good condition.
Right. Okay, so yeah, so we've got a. I'm just gonna talk about the cards here. The cards feel pretty good. They're actually a little thicker than a lot of card stock that I've felt. But they feel really good, real snappy. So, and then there's the back of the card here.
Yep. And then you have all 8 elements in back.
Yep. Okay. So what are our elements here? Starting from this fire one here.
Starting from the top left. Yep. Starting from the fire, you have fire. Then you have water, thunder, wind, frost, solar, lunar, and then earth.
Okay.
Those are the 8 elements.
Cool. Sweet. All right. So I'm gonna see if I can remember some of this. It looks like where do we have our rarities at for folks that may be trying to figure that out for the first time?
Rarity is the very bottom in the middle.
Very bottom in the middle.
Yep. You see where there's a line and it's kind of like a chain.
Okay. Yeah.
It's holding each other.
Yeah.
So that's your rarity.
Okay.
We have common, uncommon, rare, stellar, and what you have there is an uncommon.
This first one is an uncommon?
Oh, sorry, it's a common. Excuse me.
Okay.
Common.
All right.
That is common.
So we've got Warmite, and he's fire.
Yep.
And then we've got Smoltuga.
Smoltuga is a great card. 5 booty that allows you to get any fire celestial. Very good.
These are adorable. Okay, and then this was this lightning?
This is thunder.
Thunder, okay.
Thunder. Electric sees a lot of play in almost all decks because it just universally gets a divine rune.
What's up, sweetheart? Good job, sweetheart. All right, and we've got P-Gust.
Yes,
Wind.
P-Gust or bust.
Wind.
Yes, wind.
Okay. And then we've got another water. This is Atlantis. This looks like a different card, though. So the first 4 we've seen have all been kind of, creature-type things. What do we have here?
Oh, so what you have there is what we call a stadium. It's denoted.
Yep.
Denotated by the kind of hurricane-looking symbol on the left and right of the element.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we have, stadium. What you'll notice in base set compared to what we have now in Daybreak is, in Daybreak we'll have it written on the right side and the left side of the stadiums.
Okay.
We'll actually have it physically written on it.
Okay, cool. So we've got our first Atlantis. That's pretty cool. I will say so far this art is adorable, and I really, really like it. So I'm just going to try and use my observation skills here to see that this symbol has changed. So I'm assuming, are we to the uncommons now?
Yes, that is an uncommon, correct.
All right, so we've got an uncommon Suicune. Oh, that's cool. Is that a flying pig?
That is a flying pig.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
When someone says when pigs fly, just chuck at them with Chrysor.
Oh, Chrysor, that's hilarious. Oh man. And if they try and talk crap, you just carry on, right? Okay, there we go.
Right. Carry on the wayward son.
I just saw something shiny back there. What is that? So okay, so that's a symbol I haven't seen before yet, and it's shiny. Is this where I would see a hit here?
Yes.
Okay.
At the very back is where you'll see the hit.
Okay, so I have this right here.
Oh, that is a good one.
That is ridiculous looking.
Hit.
That is ridiculous looking. Wow, look at all that sparkling. Holy crap.
The foils actually get better and better with each set. It's
Rise
amazing.
from the Ashes. Okay, so what kind of rarity do we have here? I've got a rainbow here at the bottom, and I've got a dot now in the center of my symbol here.
So that'll be our rare.
Rare, wow. That's fancy for a rare. Holy moly.
Yeah,
all right.
Foil rares.
And how often do we see foils?
So foil rares will be about, I believe, in base set was about 12.
Okay.
12 or 13 hits. 12 or 13 cards packs in base set have foils.
Okay, cool.
And then you'll have 1 foil full art and 1 foil spirit.
Cool. All right. So at the end is our spirit. Cool. Okay.
Yep.
So
each pack does have a pack trick.
Okay.
If that ever interests you, it's just
sure,
one
we can
from
try
the
it
back.
out. Just one from the back.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll try that. So I'm just gonna leave the spirit out here so I can kind of remind myself what these spirits are, and so let's go ahead and break our thumbs again. Get into this one here. All right. Oh, so is there anything else off the top of your head that I need to know that we haven't discussed yet about opening the packs?
In terms of how to open the packs, or
just in general, like any because we've seen a lot of the rarities so far. Like, what other rarities haven't we seen? And stuff
so
like
what
that.
what you haven't seen so far, I believe base set only has uncommon, common, uncommon, rare, and you also have a stellar rare.
Okay.
Stellar rares are X out of 99.
Oh.
They are denoted by the same point at the bottom, but you'll see at the very bottom right, it'll be serialized. It'll give you 5 of 99 or 10
cool.
of 99. So those are really big hits.
Okay, so I am confused here because I took one from the back, but right off the rip, is this something special here?
Oh, that is an invoke.
Oh, interesting.
So that is an invoke. So they're similar to what you would consider in Yu-Gi-Oh as magic or spell cards.
Okay.
So you can pay. That's one. Notice the symbol in the middle.
Okay.
That symbol is not one of our elements, but it is considered an omni element. So you can pay any cost to play that card.
Oh, cool. The golden apple of where we're chatting for this video. Beautiful. All right. All right, so now we've got an island of Aeolia. So this is another stadium here. And this is, it's not, it is wind. Okay, so we've got wind here. This is my first time seeing Earth, so we've got another stadium here. And then this, oh man, you just said it and I forgot. What is this called again?
It's called Omni.
Omni, okay, so Omni. These Omni cards are really beautiful. And so, like, basically because any element can play them, that's why they're so colorful and beautiful.
Correct.
Cool.
So they're rainbow because any color.
This is like the stadium pack, huh? We've got a volcanic
unfortunately, base set and a little bit of Frostfall had a little bit of clumping issue that was immediately resolved, but you might tend to see a lot of the stadiums clump a little together like that.
Boom Bat.
Boom Bat is a great card. It's seeing a lot of play now with the meta, especially with the new Limitless that comes out.
Oh,
it's a great way for people just to get rid of big cost Elestrals.
And this is Thunder.
Thunder, correct.
Thunder, okay. Oh, double Thunder. So I'm assuming here because we've only seen it once, I believe, and it was on that first Omni card. So I'm assuming here now normally we're only having to have one type of spirit here to cast. Now this is requiring us to have 2 here. So this is going to be a much stronger card, I'm assuming here, as a 6/3?
Correct. Usually the stats will be stronger, or if not the stats, the effect will make up for the stats.
Very cool.
So here you'll see the higher 6 stat, and then it'll gain attack, and then also allows you to rip from your opponent's hand, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, when Likeable destroys an opponent Elestral in battle, you can look at the opponent's hand and discard a card from it. That's disgusting. Likeable.
But it takes a while to get up there, so it requires investment, and then your opponent just has a lot of ways to stop it as well. So. Gotcha.
All right, so now we've seen, I believe, our first dual spirit here. So it looks like we've got Thunder and Wind for Griffuse.
Yep.
That's pretty cool there. All right, and then a back one looks like, so this is our rare here. And so we've got...
That is your rare.
Imperial. Wow. Triple Lightning, 8/12. This gets +1 for each lightning in your spirit deck. You can expend lightning in order to target and destroy a card. Jeez.
Oh, focus. Yeah, Imperial, it's great. I love the art.
Wow, that is super cool. Yeah, that's one thing for sure that I can say is I am really, really enjoying the art of this so far. This is a lot of fun, kind of whimsical art. So maybe you could talk to us a little bit about, how did the game get started, what their goal was in creating a card game.
So, it originally, I believe Dan has mentioned this several times. It all happened during COVID. It was one of those COVID things where COVID was just driving people mad, and Dan was like, I want to make my own card game. So pretty much at the start of COVID, he was like, I don't even think Elestrals was the original name for this either. I believe either Steve or someone else came up with the name. But they came out with a lot of prototype cards. They started throwing around ideas, and they didn't really have anything concrete for, I believe, about 6 months. But Dan, being a Pokemon YouTuber, obviously had a big fan of the series. He wanted something similar to that, but it also has a little bit of like Magic the Gathering. You have the resources in it, so it's a little mixture of all the good TCGs together.
Very cool, very cool. So here we have another Siracoon and a Pandacine. Pandacine. All right,
Yes.
it's like a
boy.
fox with like a leaf mask. That is ridiculous. Oh, that
I
is
believe
adorable.
it's a red panda.
Oh, red panda. Okay, that makes sense.
So like a lot of the names are kind of, so that's a combination of panda and medicine.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. Quick little break there for the kiddos. Let's see. We'll get into this next pack here. So nothing crazy so far. Oh, actually, no. We did have that really good foil hit right there, right?
Yeah, you have that great foil.
All right. So we have gotten some greatness. Oh no. All right. So I've kind of figured the pack out, and then I went to pull this card out, and it was about to lose its. There we go. We're good now. We're good now.
There we go.
All right. Ooh, first time seeing Ursmog. Let's go ahead and get our little spirit out of here. So we've got our water spirit here. So now we've seen, I believe, 3 different spirits. Yep, wind, thunder, and water so far. All right, we've got an Ursmog.
So it's funny enough with the bears. That's kind of like the first real archetype that the Elestrals kind of had. So you'll see there's not only that bear, but we have several bears in the set.
Oh, that's awesome. Rummagem. Is that a mole?
It is a mole. It's rummaging for those gems.
Exactly. That's fantastic. Golden Apple of Discord. Sorlet. Is this? Do we have evolution in this game?
Yeah, you saw it earlier.
Yeah.
You saw it earlier. Chrysor.
Yeah. So I was about to say Sorlet looks like it's like man when pigs fly and then he finally flies, or is this the evolved version of that?
Nope. You had it.
Okay.
It's Sorlet's the base one. So
Is there a way to tell?
So. Yes, so it's 1 cost is the first, and then Chrysor is 2 cost.
Oh,
so
cool.
you can usually see the line that way.
Okay.
But it's unlike what you would think. You don't have to. So any Elestral can what we call ascend.
Okay.
Is from ascending is like taking 1 Elestral, moving it from the field, and then putting a 2 cost or 3 cost or any cost really. On top of it.
Okay.
But you don't have to have Sorlet in order to go to Chrysor. So what we like to say is any Elestral can go ascend into any Elestral.
Oh, cool. Now, is the only requirement that they match symbols?
So the way the symbols come in play. So you notice how every Elestral has an effect.
Yep.
In order to have that effect, you need to have the proper elements enchanted to the Elestral. If you don't, for instance, say that like a vault that you just had. Say, for instance, that it was enchanted with 2 or a thunder and a water.
Okay.
That means it's considered a neutral card and has no effect.
Oh, so you can still play it, you just don't get its effect unless you meet each requirement.
Correct.
Cool. That's a neat way to still be able to play a card if you've gotten quote-unquote mana screwed, right?
Right, and it's a neat way. Sometimes you might want to actually it's what we call misenchant. You might want to play with a different element to get over certain cards your opponent might have.
Oh, so they may be having hate on Thunder and you want to get around it, so you just play.
Or what's big right now in the back row is a card called Tsunami. It's a 1 water which forces all your opponent's non-water enchanted Elestrals into defense mode.
Okay.
But say if you misenchanted that like a Volt with a water, and then it's all of a sudden unaffected by your opponent's counter.
That's really cool. So I did see a little bit of sparkling back here. I believe we have an Omni card back here, and it is foil.
Ooh.
So let's see what we got. Oh man.
Now that is an amazing hit. That's one of the best cards you could probably get for counters.
Oh my gosh, that thing is insane. Wow, Altar of Stars. So this is an Omni Nexus. So you're gonna explain Nexus to me. If you do, you can change the position of an Elestral. Wow. That is cool.
Yeah, this is such an amazing card. Personally,
Wow,
one
so
of my
we've
favorite
gotten-
counters.
We've gotten 2 pretty crazy foils, huh, so far?
Yeah, we got Rise from the
I'm
Ashes, and then we got
Let's go ahead and grab
Alter.
that. Let's go ahead and grab that Rise back out. There's the Rise, yeah. We can throw that Rise back out here. Wow. Those are beautiful. I love that our foils so far have been the Omnis, because they are ridiculous. Those are ridiculous.
Yeah, base set had some really good hits.
Oh, that's so cool. So cool.
And if you notice, you see a new symbol there
Where's that?
on Alternate Stars.
Okay.
So that symbol is a counter rune symbol.
Oh.
So like counters in Yu-Gi-Oh, they need to be face down for 1 turn before you can activate them.
Okay.
And let me go over, like you wanted me to, let me go
Yeah,
over
the
what
Nexus.
Nexus means. So Nexus means taking an element from one permanent on your side of the field to another.
Okay.
So you can only, it's a mechanic that is unique to Elestrals, but you can only activate that mechanic when you have a card that reads Nexus.
Okay. Zephyrog. We're seeing some cute ones we haven't seen before.
Oh yeah.
Galaxia.
Galaxy.
Another Boom Bat.
Bat.
Ooh. Caprigal.
Caprigal.
7/4. Very cool. All right. Oh, I forgot to take the spirit card out there at the back. So now we're getting places here. So now we're up to 4 different spirits. So I'm sure we'll get them all. Oh,
well,
man.
you only get up 5. You only have 5 spirits and
5 spirits in the first set. All right. So we've got 1 more to get then, huh?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Bring this to the front. So nope, not getting it in this pack. All right. Sharon's Obel. Mount Olympus, another stadium.
There you go.
Sorlet.
Haven't seen that one yet.
Smog. I love that.
Smog again.
Rummagem. Oh, haven't seen Spark.
Here's
yet.
an interesting card I want to point out. This was our very first banned card.
Oh man.
So Rip Spark It, but its effect, as you noticed from Leica Vault, was a look and rip.
Mm-hmm.
Read this effect.
When you so Nexus up to 2 Thunder. When you do, you can look at an opponent's hand and discard a card from.
So that had the pretty much same exact effect as Leica Vault, but you can turn 1. One of the best places to do is play Zeus, which is a divine rune. You enchant it up to like 3, play Spark It, Nexus to it, and then you automatically see your opponent's opening hand and you rip something from it. And if they can't get rid of Spark It, you're doing it that next turn and the next turn.
Oh, that's so gross. Oh, that is so cool. So we're going to keep Spark It out here just because it was the honorary first banned card. Alright, then we've got Signetric and...
Yep, that's right. Nectar.
Astro Rabbit.
And that is the top card. You could ask anybody. That's the top card in Elestrals right now.
Oh, that is so cool. You can look at the top 3 cards of your deck and add one of them to your hand shot. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you're playing that. Not only what makes this relevant is 5 defense is pretty much the max.
Okay.
It's very strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to get over, and if you want to get over it, you have to use an invoke to destroy it. But you're just sitting there on Big Booty Rabbit, looking to the top 3 cards, adding a card, filtering, and you can do that every single turn that your opponent doesn't get.
That's
get
really
over
cool. Oh, wow. That's it. Because I think, was it in this pack? Or it might have been in the last pack that we saw. Nah, it was the last pack we saw. I think the little pup that came before this. But this thing is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Trifernal. 14. Oh, my God.
14 attack.
Jeez. That is so cool. So now I think I've seen, enough of these cards that we can kind of try and talk about. I don't want to get too deep into it, but maybe just kind of talk to us about the general gameplay so we can kind of understand why these numbers and symbols might be important.
Sure. So normal gameplay is what's important is that you have you have 2 decks. What's unique about Elestrals, you have what we call a spirit deck, which has 20 different spirits in it. and then that's the maximum you need to have 20, because that's also your life. And then you also have your deck, which is 40 cards. So what's important to know is that... Oh, look at that! Another foil Omni!
Wow.
Not only that, Pandora's Box.
Wow. Pandora's Box can only be cast when an opponent activates an effect that searches for or casts a card from their deck. Negate that effect, and that opponent must send the top 2 cards from their deck to the underworld. Oh man. These I don't know what foils normally look like, but I feel like we've hit some really beautiful foils so far.
You've hit a lot of very meta-relevant foils. I wouldn't say so. Pandora's Box sees a lot of side deck play.
Okay.
Alter, a lot of main deck play, and Rise sees a lot of niche plays where you kind of just want to hopefully ditch something to the underworld, and then you pretty much you'll rise from the ashes from the underworld and special cast it. All
right, there we go. There's Necruff we were talking about.
Yeah, there you go. So it's great.
Hey, there we go. I think we're good now.
Oh, you got the last one.
I think Vipiro was the last one we're missing. Let's go. So let's go ahead and get our spirits out. So while you're talking about this, we'll be able to see all the spirits that we have available to us while you're explaining the game to us. There we go. Whoops, Vipiro's trying to run away. All right, there we go. Now we have all of our spirits out. All right, continue.
Yeah. So what makes it very unique and maybe similar to Magic the Gathering is when you're building your deck, you don't need to focus on one single element. You can have 5 elements, which is actually what one of the meta decks was in first base set. We just called it 5 guys, and it ran all the 5 attackers with 5 different elements in it. Or you can focus on 1 or 2 to be consistent.
All right, I think we have a different card here, so I want to briefly talk about that. I don't believe I've seen this symbol before.
Good job noticing that. That is our artifact.
Oh, okay.
Artifacts are kind of your equip cards.
Okay, makes sense.
So these cards, when you play them, you'll what we call empower. Mm-hmm. You empower an Elestral, and it just stays on the field.
Cool.
And one of your 4 slots.
Oh, there's that Tsunami card you were talking about.
Correct, and that is still seeing play currently. It's very, very strong.
And another Trifernal. All right. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No worries. So, normally you start your game off with 5 cards, right? Mm-hmm. And then each game has their unique way of mulliganing. Mm-hmm. Which is, for those who don't know, is just taking your hand, putting it back into your deck, reshuffling, and drawing 5 more. So, in our game, what we do is you can expend or move 2 spirits from your spirit deck to your underworld, and that's how you mulligan. You shuffle your cards back in your deck, and you redraw. But it's very interesting. You see a lot of people with a balance. Ooh, Equalings is a very strong card. Everybody loves that card.
Now, Equalinks isn't related to that Panda card, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, they look very similar with the red and the green. I was just making sure.
No, yeah.
So basically, you're cutting yourself short on resources for the game to ensure that your starting hand is better, correct?
Correct. Okay. And in this game, what makes it unique is your life is also the resource you use to cast cards. So you have to balance your deck out, whether you want to have a lot of 1-cost cards in it to preserve your resources or preserve your life, or do you want to go big with 2 or 3 costs with big effects to try to damage your opponent faster?
I'm sorry, I just have to interrupt you again because I found the middle evolution to this Urs card, and it's called Ur Scout, which is hilarious. I'm sorry, continue.
Oh no, you're fine. So for I'll review those real quick. So the bears right there, they're not like ascensions to each other.
Okay.
They're kind of just one big family. So I saw you pulled the Earth Seer earlier.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 cards that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Earth Smog, Earth Scout, and Earth Seer. There is an ascension to them.
Okay.
Mama Bear, but we have not gotten to her yet.
All right, we do have a nice removal spell. I think this is the first removal spell we've seen. Target and destroy an Elestral.
And that is also one of the very first removal spells that got hit with the limit list.
Oh, very nice.
So that card is very strong. What it's what makes that card strong. There's no downside to it. It's literally just 2 costs, blow something up, remove it.
Mm-hmm.
Every deck saw this card get play, and unfortunately, it just got limited to 1 recently.
Now this card right here is I don't know if it's any good, but the art on it is freaking awesome. We have the Hammer of Hephaestus. That thing is ridiculous looking.
Yeah, it's not. Hopefully this card will see a lot more play in the future, but unfortunately, right now it is not seeing play.
Yeah. Eruption. An opponent must expend 3 Omni, right? If they control a fire enchanted Elestral, they must expend it instead.
Spend 1 instead. Yep, this is a great card for all. We like to. All these different archetypes or niches, we like to expand to let everybody get a little kick out of what they like doing. So we have the mill strategy, we have burn strategy, we have beatdown strategies.
All right.
We have a variety of things.
Last card of this pack. Oh, I didn't do the trick, so we're just looking at spirits. All right. So how are we using our life deck? How do we draw for a turn? What is our general kind of turn structure look like, and how are we getting these beautiful creatures out onto the battlefield?
Sure. So when you draw, each time during draw phase, you draw a card, and then you have options to do 3 different things. You can either expend to draw, which I mentioned earlier, which is sending 1 spirit from your spirit deck to the underworld.
Ooh.
So you can do that to draw a card. You can either normal cast, which is taking your 1-cost Elestrals, summoning it, and then putting a spirit from your spirit deck under it.
Okay.
Or you can re-enchant an Elestral already on the field, which is just taking a spirit from your spirit deck and putting it straight under. Now, if you do one of these 3 things, you cannot do one of the others. So say if you expend to draw, you can't summon. Or if you summon, you can't expend to draw or re-enchant.
Okay. So basically, our spirit deck, from what I've heard, we're either taking a card from our spirit deck and placing it under one of our creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are sending it to the underworld to draw a card from our deck.
You would take 1 from your spirit deck, right?
Oh,
take an Elestral. Take 1 of your elements or spirits from your spirit deck to the underworld to draw a card.
Okay. And then what else was there? I'm sorry, what was the third one?
Re-enchanting.
Re-enchanting.
It's putting a spirit from your spirit deck to an already summoned Elestral on your field.
So is there a limit to the number of elements you can have under a specific character?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So I could have a misenchanted card and then all of a sudden enchanted correctly.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So Thunderstorm, I see our first rune removal. And what was the rune?
So a rune is you have counter runes, invoke runes, stadiums, and divines.
Oh, okay.
And you also have artifacts.
Okay.
All 5 of those are
runes.
considered runes.
Okay, cool. And what are our characters called? Because I'm calling them like everything probably, but what they're actually called.
They're called Elestrals.
Just Elestrals. Okay, got it.
Yep, these are Elestrals.
Oh, bag of wins. Oh, that's fun. And Amphireal. Very cool. All right, so at the start of our turn, what is the we are using? Are we drawing from either deck, or do we have to expend our spirit to draw at any time?
No. So normal processes occur. So at start of your turn, you draw. That's your normal draw per turn. Okay. So that's fine.
Okay.
And then you decide to normal cast an Elestral. If not, you can set your runes in the face down. You have 4 Elestral slots and 4 rune slots to do that with.
Okay. Crack King. I love the art on this. I don't know if this card's any good, but it looks fantastic. And then, of course, we forgot.
It's a very niche card that we love playing. It's great.
Oh, yeah. It's fun that you just have the art. So on your board setup, you've got basically 4 spots for these and 4 spots for your creatures. Is that what you were saying? Yeah, your Elestrals.
That's correct.
Okay. Elestrals.
Mm-hmm. And then you also have a Stadium slot and Underworld slot.
Okay, so I'm just a little confused on if we're putting our spirits out into a zone. Do we then, when, like, let's say that I wanted to play, we'll just grab the first card out of this pack. Let's see what we got here. So we've got a Warmite. So I want to play this Warmite, right? And we've got, it's only cost 1, so I'm assuming that I could just play that. Am I going to have a Vampiro out, or how does that work for me to place this Elestral onto the field?
So the way that mechanically works is you take 1 spirit from your spirit deck, put it on the field, and then you put this Elestral on top of the spirit.
Okay. So, and it doesn't matter which one it is. Obviously, if I'm assuming fire is kind of aggro.
Yes.
So I'm assuming if I'm playing an aggro deck, I probably got a lot of fire, so I'm probably going to be ripping a lot of fire off. But start of my turn, I'm taking, this card off the top of my spirit deck. It's a fire, and then I would play Warmite on top of it.
Correct. And the thing about the spirit deck is you can freely look at it.
Oh, cool.
It's not a deck where you just draw.
Oh,
and just hope you get the element.
Okay, so you just pick whatever element you want.
Yes, that's correct.
Cool.
And it's also that way when you take damage. When you take damage, you get to choose what you want to send to the Underworld.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Oh boy. Oh boy, we're back at it here, folks. I don't know what it is, but it looks super shiny. This is my favorite part about opening card games I know nothing about. Like, I am genuinely just excited about art. I don't know what any of this is worth. I don't know if the value of it in the actual game itself. I just get to appreciate it for what it is, and that's beautiful art on cardboard. So I really find like that is just such a fun way to experience the game, is by knowing nothing about it and just getting to appreciate all the work that the artists and the creators have put into it. But this card looks ridiculous. So I don't know what it is. I know nothing about it. I just saw the edge. So hopefully it's a big hit, and I'm not just super excited for no reason, but let's find out.
Oh, there he is. There's Volt Tempest. I talked to him about him earlier.
Holy crap. That thing is huge. A 13/10. You can disenchant Thunder or Wind from this Volt Tempest to force an opponent to expend 3 Omni. While Zeus is...
That's right. I did get his effect a little bit mixed up earlier today. Yeah.
While Zeus is enchanted, this Volt Tempest cannot be targeted. Wow. Very cool.
So disenchant just means taking 1 spirit under it and putting it straight into the Underworld.
Okay. That is cool. Now we've seen this Omni quite a bit. How are Omnis on the field? Because it's saying if expend 3 Omni. So what does he expend?
So expend is just taking any 3 spirits from your Underworld and from your spirit deck and sending them straight to the Underworld.
Okay, so when we see Omni, it's kind of like colorless.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you see the Omni symbol, it just means any color.
Any 3. Okay,
any
cool.
Color.
Very cool. So what do we got? Oh god, I accidentally cheated again.
Oh
god. Oh god. All right, we've already ruined this pack. We've already ruined this pack, but look at that Sakarasaur. Oh, that's super.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, and Circle the Sky. Are all of the foils Omnis? What's going on here?
No. So, not all of them are Omnis, no. No.
Oh, that is
good
fun.
amount of them are.
That is fun.
The Omnis, but
that is super cool. This one you didn't seem as excited about, so is this one not as good?
So that's probably our most reprinted card.
Okay.
So that one doesn't see as much play. It sees plays in very niche decks where Elestrals might have receive effects. So when a Elestral says, when this card receives something, an element, you activate the effect.
Okay.
So Circle the Sky allows you to Nexus, right? So that moving one spirit from one place, from point A to point B. So that'll also trigger the receive effect.
Okay, so the Nexus is the moving of your spirits anywhere under your Elestrals.
Yes, from Lastral or from Divine Runes or from Stadiums, any spirit underneath a permanent on your field, it can move from point A to point B.
Now, does an Elestral cease to exist when there is no spirit underneath it?
That is a good question, and yes, that's what happens. So when everything, what we call the chain, when everything just resolves, when all the effects resolves, and the board checks, your board gets checked to see if there's any what we call under enchanted cards.
Okay.
So if you have a 1-cost Celestial that doesn't have any spirits under it, it just blows up and goes to the underworld.
Nice. All right, here we go. We get another hit here. So we finally have broken the chain here. I think we're about to get another card that is not an Omni. So let's see. Ooh, that's pretty cool. We got a foil spirit. Very nice, and it's alternate art too. That's sick.
Yes.
That is so cool. Bam! We just upgraded. We just upgraded one of our spirits. Let's go.
Yeah, man. The spirits in the game are just crazy. The foil spirits.
Yeah, that is super cool looking. Wow. Now, did that took the spot of our rare, or was that? Did I not remove the spirit from this one?
That took the spot of your rare. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see here. Oh, there's that. We got some Thunderbolt of Zeus action. Haven't seen that one yet.
Yep.
Oh, we got another hit. All right. Krakatuga. I keep forgetting to remove the spirit, so I'm like going to the last card, and then I'm too early. Krakatuga. Very cool.
Krakatuga actually saw a lot of play during base set meta.
That's super cool. That's super cool. And again, like, you know, anybody else opening this product that knows the game, or, you know, at this point, obviously, this set has, you know, already seen its, you know, people have already enjoyed this set and kind of moved on from it, right? So, you know, these cards may have been exciting to someone back when, you know, it was just this set, right? And for me, they're all exciting because all of these arts are absolutely adorable. And, you know, I don't have a clue whether these cards are good or not. So it's just, I get to enjoy every single one of them. Oh, we got a double.
Oh, yep.
Double Sorlet. Javalantis, a Frog, Galaxia, and the little Pandacin. Galaxine. It's
a Galaxy.
Oh, Galaxy. Oh, duh. That makes way more sense.
You're not the first person to pronounce it that way.
I'm a father. Like, I should know these pun jokes, you know? Like, jeez. All right,
that's another interesting card that you drew. First top. Recent scars for everybody, but that card also got banned.
Which one did?
Drataya. First card in the pack.
Drataya.
Everybody was very sad. Rip works. But that card combined with cards from Frostfall would just made it so you kind of just drew your whole deck.
Nice. When a player casts Ambrosia, you can draw 2 cards. So what is our...
So you haven't seen it yet, but Ambrosia is just a 1-cost Omni Invoke that allows you to essentially heal 3 from your Underworld.
Okay. That's very nice. Put some life back, and that was at the end of this pack, right? Yeah, okay, so we're done with that back there. All right, we are about halfway through this box. I'm going to try and pick up the speed a little bit. All right, so we have on the start of our turn, we're drawing a card from our deck. And then I'm sorry that I've like kind of in a million different directions here, seeing a bunch of, you know, brand new cards and stuff for the first time, a little overwhelmed. Oh, there we go. We see. I should mention
though, sorry, the first player does not draw.
Right, okay. First person
does not draw.
All right, so then I'm going to draw up at the beginning of my turn. I'm going to move this so we're not rubbing on the foil there with this annoying cable. All right. So at the start of my turn, I've got my 2 decks. You said my Elestral deck is going to be 40 cards, and then my Spirit deck is going to be 20?
Correct. No more, no less.
All right, and at the start of the turn, I am drawing from my Elestral deck, and then am I drawing from my Spirit deck or no?
No. Okay. Your Spirit deck is just, it stays off to the side as your resource in your life.
Okay.
And you access it whenever you want to cast something.
Okay. Alright, so here we go. Golden Apple of Discord. And a Fantasy.
What we're using. I really like that. That's my first time reading that.
Oh, man. Yeah, so these, the packs are getting easier to open. The only thing I'm finding is, like, this corner tends to always be a problem here.
Yeah,
It's
I think
like
at one point I
only-
ended up decided just getting a pair of scissors and kind of like flicking the packs and then cutting the top off at some point.
Yeah. Alright, so I don't think I've seen that coloring yet. So that last, there we go, Drops of Lathe. Don't think I've seen that card either.
Hmm.
But I don't...
I think it's pronounced Lethe?
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 Lethe? I think it's pronounced. It's not pronounced as you read it. It has some interesting. I think it's Lethe. Lethe is how you pronounce it.
Alright. Let's see. So, we'll get this last... This is another hit. I don't know what it is. Some type of forced something. No. Oh, it's another Omni. So we've got Nectar of the Gods.
Yeah, that is a great card. That's actually probably one of the most debatable cards, whether it's actually good or not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! And
Pot of
Pot of
Greed?
Greed.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is the Pot of Greed of Elestrals, but it's more similar. I like to compare it more to Magic the Gathering Sign in Blood. Sign in Blood is a take 2 damage, draw 2 cards. And that's pretty much what Nectar of the Gods is.
Right.
But because your resources is also your life, like drawing this late game when you're low on life just feels bad.
Right.
But if you draw it early enough, it feels good because obviously you're drawing cards.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a decent card. You'll see it in most decks.
Get back to it. Nothing like having children. Alright. Let's see. Alright. I'm probably just going to start skipping to the back here. Ooh, there we go.
Oh,
There she is. We found her.
There she is. There's Mama Bear.
Fantastic.
But
Oh, see, yeah, the little bears underneath it. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Yeah, so I'm going to just try and breeze through these. We still have 2 more boxes to go, so I'm just going to start skipping to the back here. I think we probably haven't seen every common and uncommon at this point, but just for the sake of this video not being 17 hours, let's just go ahead and skip to the back. All right, so Pandasin, and
you still haven't pulled your full art yet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm again trying to take everything in. Oh, got another hit here.
Oh, I think.
Oh, another Volt Tempest. So now we've got 2 of those. 2 of those there. I'm trying to remember where the when the spirits are we able to take the spirits from our spirit deck? Because I know we're okay. What this pack?
So there are 3 instances where you'll take, I guess, 4 instances where you'll take spirits from your spirit deck. First instance is when you cast something.
Okay. So on cast, I'm grabbing something from there.
Correct.
And so whenever I am casting, let's say, like this guy here, he requires 2. How am I ever getting the 2 there?
So for a card like Krakatuga, it's similar to
I think we just got our full art, so let's just stop there. Alright, let's see. There we go.
Yeah!
Poseidon! What the heck is that? That is sick!
Yo,
holy
great
crap! Man. That looks incredible! What the heck?
That's crazy, man.
Wow! Poseidon, that is nuts! Wow, so that's a full art. Fantastic.
That is full art.
Holy crap, that is cool. Sorry, band guys. Gotta cover you up. Alright, so...
You're not important anymore.
So we were talking about how I'm casting something with 2 costs, basically.
Right, so it's similar to how Yu-Gi-Oh! Does it in terms of their, I guess, 5 and 6 costs. So you can't, if you have a 2 cost in your hand, you can't automatically just play it.
Okay.
Right? So you need to have an Celestial on the field in order to summon a 2 or 3 cost.
Okay.
What we call a normal ascension.
Okay.
So, as long as you have an Celestial with at least 1 spirit, they can have 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't really matter. You can summon a 2 or 3 cost from with your hand as long as when you summon it, it has the right amount of spirits. Because as we mentioned before, if it's something's under enchanted, it just blows up. So say you have, take for instance that Krakatuga. Say you that's good. Stay there. That's Sluggle. That's Sluggle at the very top. So say you have that Sluggle on the field, and you have Krakatuga in your hand. The way you ascend is, you always do this. If you want to ascend, you take 1 spirit from your spirit deck, you put it under the Sluggle goes to the underworld, and then you put Krakatuga on top.
Okay. And then, in the meantime, we got an Exaltair.
Exaltair is great for those burn lovers.
That's very cool. You can Nexus 2 wind, so I can move 2 wind under anything. And then when you do, an opponent must expend 2. And so that is, you're getting to move 2 of your resources, and then you're burning them for 2, basically, right?
Right. And what's important to know is when you have an effect that says Nexus more than 1 element, they all go to the same place.
Okay.
You can't just say, like I mentioned before, it goes from point A to point B. You can't go from point A to B and C.
Viserys.
That, my friend, you pulled one of the most meta cards in the whole game.
Alright, so Viserys is a 1 cost 4/2. If Viserys gets plus attack for each Viserys on the field. When this destroys an Elestral in battle, you can special cast Viserys from your hand or deck in defense position. Very cool.
So it's essentially a 5 attack, right? Because it actually includes itself in its own effect. So it's a 5 attack, and as I mentioned before, 5 is kind of the stat to beat.
Right.
So it's strong, and normally it's just going to hit something and destroy it. And then you get another one on the field, and it automatically becomes a 6 attacker.
Alright, hold on. Gotta make sure I edit that part out for sure. Alright, so we are almost to this box. We've got about 6 packs left. Speeding through this. Thank you guys for sticking around. Okay, here's another hit. I know this is kind of... Oh, there we go. Ladagon.
Ladagon. So that goes with
cool.
the band card.
Okay.
So that's the Ascension line. But like I mentioned before, like you can still get into Ladagon with any other great or Earth Celestial.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're not worried about if something underneath it becomes too powerful, because you don't have to directly ascend from that character. You can just, as long as you have the required spirits, you can just straight up evolve the thing.
And you can, there are even instances where you can ascend a 1 cost on top of a 2 cost.
Oh, interesting.
So you can go backwards.
Mama Bear. 4 packs left. Anything else we want to say about set 1 before we move on? Because we are about out of base set. When did this come out?
So set 1, that's a good question. Set 1 would have came out about a year ago to this date. See, we're on set 3 right now. So yeah, I think about a year ago to this date-ish.
Very nice. And how is this received?
It was because of the clumping, people were very skeptical about it. But like you've noticed, the art was great. Everybody loved the art. They loved the cardstock. They thought the cardstock was very interesting. Well, station, nice. So as you notice, the cardstock is thicker than normal.
Yeah.
And Elestrals went through a trial period where, unfortunately, we had to change manufacturers from first set to second set, which is completely unfortunate.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the hollows in first set, they have a bit of a they have a warping issue.
Okay.
Which is solved now from set 3. But so that was, besides the warping and the clumping, people loved the first set.
Nice. And do we have any kind of tournament scene, anything like that?
Oh, of course. Yeah, right now we do. Yeah,
Ooh,
we have,
go,
I believe we have casuals every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We actually have a tournament this Saturday, today, for you, tomorrow for you, whichever it is. I believe it's Saturday EST. We have our very first tournament after the ban, the recent limit list. So everybody's super excited for that, and that'll be for Daybreak. And we're also in a lot of local game stores. Check your local game stores out. We're in over 100 different stores, I believe.
Wow, that's nice.
So, and those stores are doing what we're doing, like OTS or what you gonna call it? They're hosting their own tournaments at the LGSs.
So
official tournaments.
Is Poseidon our big hit, or what's our big hit in this box?
So big hits, you have multiples in this box.
Yeah.
Now Viserys, Ultra the Stars are huge hits.
Okay.
Poseidon is lovely hit. It didn't see much play in first set, but it sees a lot of play now. And then Pandora box is your other big hit from for your side deck. Those are huge hits.
Let's go. I think we're gonna have to put Poseidon on top. That full art is just a bit too good. And last, hopefully I saved the best for last. We'll see. What was our box topper?
Oh, that is a good question. Box topper for this is Pantera. Now, before you flip it over, you have a chance of this being a stellar.
Okay.
So box toppers are X of 10s. Only 10 of these cards were ever printed. I believe, I can't be sure because it's been a while. I think 5-ish maybe have been found so far.
Alright, so
excuse me, sorry, Volt Tempest. I totally got that wrong. That's right, KS, Correct Starter was Pantera. This is Volt Tempest. My apologies.
There we go, Volt Tempest. Very cool. Very, very cool. Alright, so again, like I said, I just want to, I really wanted to make sure that we were, you know, kind of seeing all the art in that first box. Now we are to rapid box opening here, so I'm going to go ahead and clean this setup, and then we will burn through Frostfall. Give me 1 second. So we are now on to our second set, correct? Frostfall?
Yes, we're on to Frostfall.
Alright, so what do we... Brand new spirit? I was going to ask you exactly what you were saying. So we're introducing a brand new spirit.
Yes, we're going to see a brand new spirit called Flurmine. She is a cutie, and we all love her.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, we're just going to get this out of the way. We did it at the end of the first pack. We're going to do it at the beginning of this one. Let's see, what do we have here?
We have a Cryoscorch.
Cryoscorch.
Not a stellar, sad face.
It's still pretty cool because it's
cool.
kind of like extended art here. It's pretty neat. Alright, so we'll go ahead and flip this over. And again, I have not seen these, but just for the sake of the video and Larry's time here, we're just going to burn through this. I have not seen a lot of the commons and uncommons, but just to make sure, I'll go through, you know, maybe 2-3 packs to go through every card, and then, you know, just for his time and my time, we're just going to... Oh, there we go. Right off the bat, Flurmine.
So, I remember Frostfall has a very funky pack trick.
Okay,
so it might not be all the one...
Oh, Snow. So I'll just kind of go through these kind of slow. I'm not going to stop on all of them. Looks like it's the same.
There you go.
Looks like it's the same. This was the second card in the back, so I think we're the same.
You might hit some that are different though later on.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll just slide through all the cards. I'm not gonna stop on them, but you'll kind of at least get to see a brief second of them if you have not experienced the set for yourself yet. Let's see. So we'll slide that down. All right. So Zaptor, is the art a little different here on some of our spirits? Ooh.
Yes. Cool. So every set has new art for spirits.
Very nice. So it's not just like you know, you're not just throwing it away. Like, oh yeah, whatever. I already have, you know, 20 of these. You're actually getting something new with each set. So in your token slot, kind of.
We want to give people different options for different arts. They just gobble the arts up, because the arts in the Elestrals was just amazing.
All right, so we are back to having some some fun here with our our bears. Looks like we now have a polar bear.
Yeah, now you have ice bears, and that's the first archetypical stadium.
Oh, really? Oh, there you go. I didn't even notice that was a stadium. Shiveroar.
Yeah.
So
and that allows you to get the Big Mama out.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Like I said, guys, I would love to spend more time going through this and really diving in, you know, to the set. But we're just going to have to keep it to the highlights because, again, we've just got to respect the time here. That first box took us a really long time, so I'm just going to try and burn through this box here. All right, so we've got Flammomoth.
Yeah, Flammomoth. Flammomoth is fun.
Oh, that's
Very
beautiful.
niche.
Mountains of Boreas.
Yeah.
There we go. So what are the big hits we're looking for here? What else did we introduce other than it looks like Frost here?
So what are the big things that was introduced in Frostfall is what we call the lists.
Okay.
There are 2 cost Elestrals that are easier to summon.
Mm-hmm.
So they can be cast without an Elestral already on the field, but they have summon requirements.
Okay.
Each of them have a different summon requirement. So any list is a good hit. You also have a lot of. Let's see here. You've hit the Ursa's Den, which is great. And then this deck or this set has a lot of good sideboard cards. You have Poison Nectar, which allows like kind of negates any draw ability. You have 2 counter cards. You have a card that counters, and a card that counters invokes.
Yeah, so you were right on this one. This one was completely backwards, it looks like.
Yeah, there's
that
2
one
different
was,
ways.
Yeah, that one was.
It
That was Spirit in the front, and the rare right behind it.
I believe it was 2. In that case, it's like 1 from the front to the back, and it depends on like what's in the front.
That's just our rare there. Okay.
But
Very
the
cool.
biggest hit in Frostfall is a card called Lavalith, which unfortunately also got limited. But it's still very good card, still very strong card, especially for people who want to play fire. It is extremely powerful.
All right, so we'll just go ahead and give y'all a little taste of the art here, just very quick. All right, so nothing really crazy. This one's kind of been the exact opposite of our first box, huh?
Fairly much. I think this is a bit more of an extension onto the first set, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's not really standalone, but it's expanding on what first edition.
I will stop when I see something funny. Platypulse, that is fantastic. This thing's honestly kind of funny
too. This is good.
More
good
Frost.
card. This is our second archetype.
Okay.
And notice how under its name, Morfrost, you have Abominable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are called titles.
Okay.
So you'll have multiple Morfrosts, but their titles will be different.
Interesting.
So what title people need to know about titles is just because. So normally in a deck, you can only have 3 per copy of a card. But if there are different titles, you don't have to worry about that. So you can have. So notice the second card you have in that pack right now. It's called Ambrosia.
Ah, that was that Ambrosia we were talking about.
But there's also another Ambrosia. But because that one's a titled version.
Okay.
Yeah. Since that's a title version, you can also have 3 copies of that card and 3 copies of the original.
Ah, now we see why things were getting so broken with Ambrosia, huh?
Yes.
All right, and then I did pull another Morfrost there.
Yeah. So, different title. That means you can have 3 of them in your deck.
It's pretty fun. Oh, geez, that pack, that was not, all right. All right, so just a Dracadoodle. All right, yep, okay. Yeah, so it looks like they are just exactly backwards. So if there's, from what I've seen, from what I've seen so far, the Spirit is directly followed by the rare, if the Spirit's on top.
So yeah, if the Spirit's on top, it's 2 to the back. If it's not, then it's one to the front or something. 1 to the front.
Poison Nectar looks really cool.
Yep, it's a nice card. for the draw decks.
Oh,
The counter the draw decks.
There we go. So we've got our little our polar bear line there. It looks like. Do we have
Yep.
3 of those again in this set?
You have 2, I believe. Excuse me, no, you have 3. You have actually 4. Excuse me, you have 4. You have a full ice line, frost line.
All right, so here we've got the Forest then, and then the Ursidon. Interesting. Oh, that's right, because that's not a. I was thinking that was Spirit's not a spirit. Oh, there she is.
You go. And there's he is.
Okay, there you go. Okay, cool. So
that's
there we
Papa
go.
Bear.
Speak it into
Papa
existence. We just spoke it into existence. There's the Papa Bear. Fantastic. Yeah, this you definitely get used to the packs. There's a few that still get you, and you gotta like do surgery like that. I mean, 9 times out of 10 I'm doing that right there, and then I just have to go to the bottom to get it out, which is kind of annoying, kind of not. But Drankadoodle again. That reminds me of. Did you ever see the movie Rockadoodle?
Rockadoodle, I have not.
Yeah, that was a cartoon movie from my childhood, and basically there's this like Elvis rooster, and like he would wake up on the farm every day, and the sun would rise, and then
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah, and then one day the sun rose without him, and everybody was like, oh, you didn't make the sunrise, and then like the world went into darkness, and an owl took over. And then it turns out he can make the sunrise, and he does, and the whole world is saved.
It was a movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was half. The beginning started off unanimated, I believe, and then it goes into animated because there's like a little boy in his room, and like the whole place is flooding, and then him and a bunch of barn animals get sucked down into like the sewer or whatever. But yeah.
Oh man, the 90s.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure it's not any good if I was to watch it now, but back when I watched it in the day, I thought it was fantastic.
Living in the 90s.
All right, let's see. We've got. Nope.
Galaxy Air, that's a fun one. That's a fun card.
So, all right. Just trying to get back to make sure I understand the game again. So. Start of my turn, I'm drawing a card, and then if I want to... Ooh.
Chains of Prometheus. That's the counter.
That is really cool looking. That is sick. Awesome. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So then I have basically... Once I've drawn my card for the turn, I basically have 3 different steps I can take that involve my... my spirit, right? I can either discard 1 to draw a card. I can use it, Flammoth. I can use it to cast a creature, or what was my? I'm sorry, an Elestral. And what was my third thing that I could do with it?
Third one is if you already have an Elestral out on the field, you can re-enchant it.
Re-enchant it. Okay, so I can buff it up with a different.
With another spirit. Yep.
Another Flammoth. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense now. So I'm still drawing every turn, and then basically my limits per turn are the use of my spirit. So how I want to spend my spirit that turn is what I'm going to notice the difference in.
Correct. Okay. And I guess while we're at this point, we might as well go into the battle phase.
Yep, I was just about to transition that perfectly.
So battle phase goes, you have 2 steps. You have the battle step, and then you have attack step and battle step.
Okay.
Attack step is where it's like this card is attacking.
Full art.
The full art Keon! Let's go!
That is so sick.
And that's the divine rune for the set. That's a great pull.
Nice. Cool. So this is like
the new divine.
A special mana rock kind of a thing. Very cool.
Yeah, so divines, I'll talk about the divines real quick. I know we keep on getting off tangent from the...
No, you're good. I'll just keep opening until we...
So divine runes, they're really interesting. So they have the initial cost of 1.
Okay.
And then allows you to enchant up to 3 more spirits onto it. And they always have some sort of disenchant to activate an effect. And all cards, unless they state otherwise, you'll activate them once per turn.
That's fun. Followed right up by Followed right up by a foil wind spirit.
Oh, Likers, there you go, nice. So Keon in general allows you to take a Frost Celestial from your underworld and add it back to your hand.
Nice. And so is she played from our deck or from our... No, she is our deck card, okay.
She's in the deck, yeah.
Okay.
Like any other card, your deck consists of your Lestrals, invokes, counters, artifacts.
Divine Blessing.
Divine Blessing. That's the invoke counter.
That is super cool. That foiling is really nice. Really nice. I love that we're finally... I mean, I don't know, like, I'm just going based on the art, but, like, it seems like we're finally hitting, like, some fun stuff. The rest seemed kind of basic, but then we hit the ring, which was super cool looking. The Blessing, the Keon, those look really cool.
Yeah, they're absolutely... I get mind blown every time I see the art.
The foil spirits is super cool. And it's nice because it looks like we've only hit one per box, so that's like, ooh, wow.
Oh, there you go! That's the level it.
Wow.
That's the biggest hit in the box.
Wow. Dang. That is
the biggest non-stellar hit.
Wow. Very, very cool. Very cool. Wow, that guy is friggin' awesome looking.
Yeah, so what makes him so special is if your opponent has 2 or more spirits on their side of the field, you can just plop them down on your side of the field.
No.
If they have 2 or more than you do, you just plop them down and then you destroy one of their back row. So you can kind of see why it got limited. It's very strong.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, there we go. An Ursicle.
Ursicle, yeah.
Let's go.
They're a way for like people to play 2 or 3 2 costs.
Mm-hmm.
A lot easier.
That's crazy. No one's cast to an opponent at least 2 or more spirits than you do. You can cast those and destroy a rune. Oh, that is too cool. So it's very much like, so the setup, I think I was a little confused at first. So the setup is kind of more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you've got your Elestrals in the front and then like your face-down trap style cards in the back.
Correct.
Okay. Moralith.
Oh, there you go. Another list. Moralith.
Very cool. So 2 liths back to back. I remember you saying that those are some cards we're looking for. So fantastic. Moralith and a Lavalith. So what are the? Is there a lith for every spirit?
Lith for every element.
Nice. So maybe we'll just hit them all right here in a row. We'll get some lucky.
You still have one more. That 2 only has 3 of them. But you're still missing 1 lith from this set.
1 lith from a set. All right. So we got to get that 1. Oh, Platypulse. Oh, that is fantastic. I love goofy things like that. All right. So yeah, I think we were in the middle of battle, I think, and then we pulled a few cards in a row that got us a bit off track, but this card doesn't look very pretty, like foil-wise, but that is a ridiculous-looking art. That is really cool. Cryoscorch.
Yeah, you should see the animations made with Cryoscorch.
That is so cool. Great. Alright, so go ahead and tell us about battle again.
So, yeah, battle phase. So this is where the stats come in and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have battle step, and then you have attack step and battle step. Attack step is where you declare this Celestial is attacking something.
Mm-hmm.
During that period, you can players can activate counters to stop you attacking. They go back and forth, and when they decide to stop, you go into what we call attack step. Or excuse me, battle step. Now, battle step is kind of like your Celestial comes face to face with the other Celestial, and you kind of like fisticuffs thing. Fisticuffs at that point. And that's where damage is calculated and Celestials are destroyed. So what's important to know about how damage is done is damage is decided by how many spirits are on your Celestial.
Okay.
Say you have a 2-cost Celestial and you destroy a attack position 1 cost Celestial on your opponent's side of the field. Because there's a difference of 1 spirit, they take 1 spirit damage.
Oh, wow.
So the stats are just used to determine whether you destroy something or not.
Mm-hmm.
If your attack and their defense are the same, nothing happens. But if your attack is higher than their defense or their attack, then you destroy it.
Now, is the attack and defense coming into position into which orientation the card is in? So if it's, because I believe you said the card is put in one of the cards said we basically tap it. Is it then using its defensive stat?
Correct. If sideways, if it's done horizontally, if it's in horizontal position, then it's in defense mode. If it's in vertical, it's in attack mode.
Nice. And is damage still leaked either way?
No.
Okay.
If they're in
Only
defense
an attack.
position, they do not take damage.
Okay, so like you do.
Mm-hmm. But we do have piercing.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. Polacny.
Polacny.
Oh. All right, so we are down to our two.
We got a bad hit, Polacny.
We are down to our two last packs. Is there anything that we could still hit here realistically, or do you think we've pretty much used it up?
You pretty much. I think you've used up everything. Let me count what you got so far. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think you've hit all your foils.
All right.
And then you hit your full art and your spirit.
All right, so let's see. Is there anything left? You were correct. You were correct. Fantastic. Well, I can say that, obviously I haven't played this game yet, but the art looks very fun. What you've explained about the attacking so far has looked fun. We'll get more into the battle phase of the game here in just a moment when we get into Daybreak. So clean this up. Thank you guys. If anybody is still here watching this, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, Larry, for taking all this time out of your day. I'm sure this has taken way longer than either one of us expected, but I am very much enjoying checking out this product for the first time. Again, I don't know anything about I've learned about the gameplay, but obviously I am no expert on the gameplay, but I have been enjoying the art, and I've been enjoying what you've been telling me so far. So again, thank you for coming on and doing this with us as we get through this last box. I will take it slow on the first two packs, and then we'll just kind of breeze through like we did on the rest. So now we are on to our third set, Daybreak. We will go ahead and save this for the end because, the video is going to have a crazy ending where we pull over some, serialized card at the end.
Stellar. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be stellar. It's stellar right there.
Stellar. Here we go. All right, so now we are on to our last set. And I must say, are there any concerns with any kind of likeness to Pokemon? Because we have a very Sun and Moon vibe here on this last set. How are you guys managing that to make sure that we're not encroaching on any IPs and stuff like that? Because I know a lot of people are going to akin this to Pokemon when it comes to the art, because it looks like we get a lot of inspiration from that side.
Oh, right. So, like everybody knows, Dan, big Pokemon player. Mm-hmm. A lot of the art, like what he wanted to make the art similar to like the very fun art, very vibrant, very very happy art that you also see in Pokemon. But in terms of whether we're worried about it being too similar, no, I don't think so. We're very on top of that. We've been keeping an eye on a lot of like controversial things that have been going on, like Pal Worlds and that whatever with all that going on. But yeah, in terms of how we're doing our art, I think we're in a very nice safe zone, and don't have any issues there. All
right, so again, this border looked different. It could just be nothing, but I don't think I've seen this border in full yet, so go ahead and check it out. Septeris.
Hey, Specteris.
Wow.
That is a variant, a Nexus variant, what we call a Nexus variant of Specteris, of Viceris.
Wow.
So if you look closely,
cool.
it's similar to what you pulled in base set,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, the 4-2.
Yeah.
He was a 4-1 though, right?
Yeah. This is a 4-2, but also becomes a 5. but
Very
it's
cool.
similar. Those cards that look similar but of a different element is what we call the Nexus forms.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, that is a very neat. And so I'm trying to remember, but we talked about this one at the beginning, so I am probably... Nope, I got nothing. What's this one? What's this type called?
What type?
The spirit type on this one.
Oh, that is lunar.
Lunar, okay.
So what this recent set 3 introduces the last 2 elements.
Okay.
It introduces
Lunar
solar
and solar.
and also lunar.
Okay, cool. Very cool. All right. Man, I'm gonna have to band-aid my thumbs after this. This is a lot of packs I'm having to force through.
And whenever you stop on a rune, let me know when you stop on a rune. I can pull it out. Yeah.
All right.
Voltuga.
Oh, that's a pretty cool one, Pheramel. Oh
Pheramel,
my god,
yeah.
that's funny.
Subatuga. I think set 3 has my favorite spirit arts.
Yeah. Let's see, what do we have? Vampiro.
It's not like anime-esque.
And so those are the 2 we've seen so far. Oh my, this set is the hardest to open.
That one's giving you some trouble fighting back.
There, yeah, there's like...
Limit.
What the heck? Like, there's like a extra layer of security on this set. I don't know what... I don't know. This set is like, you shall not open these packs. These have been crazy. Alright, another Vampiro. Alright, so this will be the last pack we're going to go through slowly.
Oh, okay, so look, the top card that you have. Look at the left and right side of the symbols.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
So
Counter.
now
Cool.
they're vertically written what those cards are, because that was probably one of the biggest complaints or feedback that we had from base set and second set was that there was that hurdle you have, right, with new players having to memorize what the symbols mean. So we wanted to get rid of that. We're like, we should just write it.
Yeah, very nice. And then this is another Morfrost. This is another form. I think this is the 3rd form we've seen now of Morfrost.
Yep, the bat.
The bat form. All right. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, what is the? Yeah, why are these like? There's like an extra. So these have to be opened upside down. I think there's something at the top, like an extra bead of glue or something that is just like it's really hard to get past. I don't know what it is. There we go.
There you go, Flormine.
And a Brumalinx. I don't even remember what I was saying now. I got so distracted by the
about the glue.
Because the bot, there is something, and it's definitely there. There's something going on with the top that it is harder to open than the bottom. I don't know what it is. Okay, we've got a hit here.
Ooh,
Cypramaw.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So where do we get our art design from? Like, what are we telling our artists? Like, what is the inspiration, to create these Elestrals and kind of bring them to life? Like, what kind of direction do we have for the artist that's like, hey, this is is there any kind of like how we describe like the world that they live in, or how we get the artist to bring them to life?
So that is a good question, and I'm probably not the best person to answer it. But I'll do my best. So I'm not really involved. Ooh, another lift. This set also has 3 lifts.
Very nice. So we hit 2 last time. Let's see if we can get all 3 this time.
So what I can say about our art is that Dan has a direction in which he wants to go with. It's changed every single time. Like, it's improved every single time, every single set.
Nice.
The art just keeps on getting better and better.
Nice.
In terms of right now, I think there are some.
Okay,
We've had like 2 lore videos.
I've got to stop here because Pestilence, basically, that is freaking fantastic. With the old style, mask and everything. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Sorry.
No. That's a good card to stop on. It is great. But we have an idea, Dan, like, to see the art here, the art's always improving, our full art's improving. But in terms of direction, I believe it's always been the same from the get-go, to have it pop, lively, very just kind of like a very kind of happy feeling. It's not like Magic the Gathering where you look at your card and it looks all dark and gloomy.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But Dan is very happy with the direction our artists have taken the cards, and we are too.
Yeah, it's very fun art, very fun naming schemes. So it's definitely like a fun experience for sure when you're seeing these cards. They make you smile when you see a name.
Right, and sometimes we get the people in the testing server that I'm in charge of. Sometimes Dan's like, guys, what should we name this? And we get to throw around some ideas. That's probably one of the best times that we have. Cool. We're like, do this, that, and the other. It's like...
Okay, we got a Novacore.
Novacore, nice.
So I will say that I have noticed the thickness feels the same, but these feel a lot less cheap cardboardy and more like matte.
Yes, that is very good noticing. The cards in set 3 have been changed to matte.
Nice.
And this improved. So not only does that improve the card itself, but foils.
Okay.
They will know starting from set 3. This set, there have been 0 warp issues.
What was the art that you said you were excited about from this set? Did we hit it yet?
The art? Oh, I said I love all the stellar, all the spirit art.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if there was a specific one, so we were just trying to get all the arts out here. Let's see, 4, 5. How many should we have? Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Every single art. They should have 8.
8. Okay, so we're still too short. It looks like too short. So we're looking for 2 more. So we'll just keep an eye on that.
Looking for 2, 3, Earth and Lunar.
6. Earth and Lunar. Okay. Man, that top. I don't know what is going on with the top of these packs. Toxiswarm. Ooh, that looks super cool. Dang, that is sick.
Rooms.
That is so cool. That is super neat. Again, I love how, like, not knowing anything, it's just like, man, those colors really pop. Like, that's a super cool card.
Right. I mean, coming into this as, like, no one not knowing anything, you just look at this art, it's just like...
Yeah, I just get to enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, nope, we already had him. Oh, my God. Pharaohgeist. That thing's insane. So Pharaoh and a Poltergeist. That's crazy. A 9/13. Okay, so we were talking about battle, and we briefly touched on that. So we were saying, if a character's like this, it's an attack. If a character's like this, it's in defense. If it's in defense, you don't take spirit damage. If it's in attack, you do take spirit damage.
Only if they have
have more spirit than your character does. However, if a card is like this, is it also an attack mode if you have piercing?
It's considered, so it's kind of considered attack mode.
Okay.
With piercing, so piercing is kind of, I know it's been in a lot of other TCGs. So if I have 3 spirit Celestial and I destroy your 2 spirit Celestial that's in defensive position, you take 1 spirit damage.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, let's see. So we are almost halfway through this box. We have 1 lift so far. We're still missing 2 of our spirit animals. Our thumb's gonna be black and blue after this video, and we do have a foil. Ooh, Argo. Really
so we like to throw in a lot of like kind of these group. As you notice, a lot of from the very get-go, we have gods, very Greek theme, right? Mm-hmm. So we have Argo, the Argonauts. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of those like Greek-themed stories attached to a lot of our cards. And another Argo. Argo, you go, we go to get Argo.
Oh, jeez. This is crazy. This is so much fun. I love being able to experience new games, and you know, again, I just have to shout out Kingsway because, you know, without them, I might not have had the chance to check out this game, and you know, I'm really enjoying you know, opening it and getting to talk about it, you know, because how boring. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there you go.
That is really cool looking.
That goes with the Cyber Mall right under you.
Oh, cool. So
Cyber Mall searches for the Golden Fleece.
Oh, that's super cool. Very nice. Very nice. That is so cool. I don't know. I was saying something and I don't remember what it was. Oh, it's so easy. Oh, you know, Kingsway. You know, I may not have had the chance to open this, and you know, again, without A Drive and Larry. Oh, my battery's exhausted, so I guess I won't be doing an outro on that one. There we go. We got our foil spirit for this box. You know, without Larry, I would have just been some idiot opening boxes, not knowing, you know, anything about the game, and I really don't think that would have, you know, done any justice to the game. So again, huge shout out to Kingsway, A Drive, and Larry for just, you know, all coming together to make this video. I know it's going to be a long one, so if you've stuck around, I really appreciate it. But yeah, it's just been really. Oh, there we go. Owloon.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Owloon.
It's been really cool to. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, full art.
What the heck, dude?
That guy is so fun.
Wow. You can disenchant 2 water from your field in order to destroy a card. If it is destroyed this way, return. I'm assuming that just means any spirit from your underworld to the spirit deck, up to the number of spirits that were enchanting that card. Wow. So if you destroy like a 3 enchanted card, you can return 3 health, basically.
Correct.
That's nuts.
Yeah, Kerberos
and
is
it's
so
beautiful. Holy moly. Wow. And then a poison tunic. Poor tunic. Poor tunic.
Poor tunic.
Wow.
Overshadowed.
That is so cool. So that's our full art, I assume?
Yeah, that is your full art for the...
That is super cool. Super cool. And just some dense fog. Just some dense fog. I mean, what do you expect? You just went through a Cur Abyss. Of course, you're gonna experience some dense fog afterwards. All right, let's see here. So we're just closing. Oh my, Eddie. His name's just Eddie.
Everybody loves Eddie. I'll tell you right now. Everybody loves Eddie. Eddie's a strong card in the meta.
Oh, and there we go. We got our last one. We got our Forester in there. Wow. So cool. So cool. So there you go, guys. There is every spirit in the set, and we are on to the second stack of this, so we are just over halfway through. Again, I'll try and power through this. If there's anything that you can think of we haven't talked about, feel free to talk. I'm just going to try and burn through these last packs. You let me know if we're hitting anything else, and you know, if you want to just kind of take some time to shout out some things where people can check stuff out, now might be a good time to do that as well. But I'll just burn through these packs and let you kind of just talk.
So yeah, first and foremost, if you guys don't know about it, we have our website, Elestrals.com. Feel free to go to it. You can check out all of our cards, how to play, including our lore. We have had 2 videos out, and they're really good. If you haven't seen them yet, you are missing out.
Very
also,
nice. We just hit a Heliolith while you're talking, so that was a big hit.
Another Heliolith.
Another Heliolith.
You're still missing 2. You'll get them. You'll get them. I promise.
Oh my! What is wrong with this box? What is wrong with this box here? Argo for days.
Got 3 Argos.
Sorry, continue.
But yeah, that's we also have a subscription service called Shadow Stars. It's very cool if you're a big collector and want to have a variety of different arts or shot at different stellars. It is a great service to get into. I myself am a part of it. I love it. Every month you get packs sent straight to your house. It's wonderful. All that can be done on Elestrals.com. And if you haven't joined already, join our Discord. The Elestrals Discord.
Yep, that's how I got in contact with these guys, was through Elestral Discord. So
yeah, and if you want to play, just hit us up, hit me up, anytime.
Cool. Very cool.
I live on Discord.
So if you guys have somehow managed to stick around this long, I think we've got about 6 packs left. If you guys have managed to stick around this long, you enjoyed this video, and you'd like to see maybe us crack open some starter packs and then see this amazing hit, we're just going to leave that there for now because that's a foily, and we'll come back to that. But if you would like to see Larry and I crack open some starter packs, kind of give you a brief idea of what they are, and then actually see me try and learn the game, a Coastalith. We got another Lith. Then, comment that below, and maybe Larry and I will get together, show you some starter packs, and actually try and show you how to play the game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Alright, I accidentally spoiled that one, and so, this may be absolutely nothing foil, but I've already set it down. My plan was to set, if I saw foil, I was just going to set them down to be the last packs, but then I, accidentally spoiled that one, so... This is just going to be the last one, and it's probably nothing, but I saw foil and I set it aside, so...
What's cool about set 3 is that we came out with a new rarity in set 3, which is called a Reverse Stellar. So the foiling is reverse.
Oh, cool. And we did not hit a single Stellar, unfortunately, so far. And that foiling there did not look different enough that it spoke to me as being something different, but who knows, maybe we'll get lucky.
So... Stellars are very simple, very easy to figure out. So next to their name will be a star symbol.
All right, here we go.
Tiny mark for Pokemon.
Here we go. This is our last chance to hit something big. So we're gonna slow roll. We're gonna slow roll this. Don't poke the bear. We're just gonna slow roll this here. And it looks like we've got 2 more. All right. So, we've got one pack left here, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at this first. Build some suspense. Alright, so it looks like we've just got the standard there. Alright, so, are we going to end the box with something good? No, you gotta be kidding me. The ultimate troll. The ultimate troll. Wow, 4 Arcos. But we did hit the Heliolith. And the Curibus, was the Curibus our biggest hit in this one, or is Heliolith, or what do we got in this one?
Biggest hit for me right here would be the Curibus. Curibus and Spectaris are your big hits.
Very nice.
This one.
Very nice. Well, I was going to do a beautiful outro, but my video camera is dead over there, and I don't feel like it. So we're just going to go ahead and thank Larry for his time. If you guys want to find out all about Elestrals, he... spoke a few things here towards the end, so go back and watch that, but I will go ahead and get some links from him as well. But thank you again, Larry, so much for joining us today. Thank you for taking all this time out of your day. Thank you, Kingsway, for making this video possible, and thank you, A-Drive, for setting us up with Larry. So again, thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And again, if you want to see us do some gameplay after this, leave a comment below, and maybe we'll get into some starter decks and show us how to play the game. Until next time, guys.
Sounds fun.
Peace.